Okay, the travel update. I'm starting to plan this year's travel, and this is what I've run into so far. Definitely prices are higher than they used to be. This is January 3rd, 2023. Prices are higher. I don't know why. I guess COVID has stopped its effect. So I got used to low prices. But even before COVID, I had a trip to Thailand, a round trip ticket to Thailand from DC for $635. If I look it up now, it's like $1,100 or so. Someone did an airfare. Who was that? TAP Portugal. Some airline yesterday did an airfare from New York to Jakarta. No, somewhere, I forgot. Somewhere in Africa, and it was like $122 one way. So I got to get up on these airfares a little bit more. That's when they literally make a mistake. And so you can, you win. They still honor the ticket. They listed it on their site, but there was some kind of mistake. And I forgot which airline tells you about which site. It's either, I think it's Secret Flying. I think Secret Flying is the one that shows you the airfares. So I want to, get up on that. Anyway, so far I only have one trip officially booked, and that is to London. The flight is $376 in April. I know April in Europe is not like it is here in DC, but it's not as warm. But it's warm enough. It's not as sunny. It's a little more dreary over there in the spring, but it's still spring. So 70s, is good for me. Right now I'm planning to go to Shoreditch and Brixton as like the places I want to hang out. I'm going to be there about 5 days. I do have a layover, and I'm flying with Play Airlines. So Play is turning out to be like the Spirit International. I think they may be based in Iceland. So maybe there's like a good price, anyway, I think they're based in Iceland because that's where all their layovers end up. And I did watch a couple of reviews on the airline, and so that's that. Now in the summer, I plan to go to Spain. Oh, let me go back to London. So in London, the hotels are really expensive, and I've always heard that London is really expensive. I don't remember, because when I went, I was a teenager, so I don't really remember costs like that. But I've always heard it's really expensive, and I have no desire to go any place really expensive, but the flights were really cheap. So I found a place to stay in Brixton that seems like it's like right in the heart of things, and I'll just tittle around and check it out, and that's that. I'm not going. The only thing I think I will make sure to do is this Tower Bridge, and that's just because I happened to, while I was booking the ticket almost that same day, I happened to see a couple that has a travel page, and if I knew the name I would say it. It's something like, I don't know, it's kind of a long name, but their video went viral of them on this Tower Bridge, and the bottom of it is glass, so you can like see down to cars driving under, and it just looked cute, a place to go. So if it's not too complicated, I'll go there. I think it's free. Really, I can't say enough, and I'm not saying I'm all for luxe travel too, But for me, this is one area of life where the quantity is more important to me than the quality. I would rather just get out and see lots of different places. I don't care where it is. I just like to get out on the cheap than to have a really nice, luxurious vacation and only have like one or two. I'd rather, last year I went back and I looked and I just literally, I'm not a person that counts countries and stuff, but just for my memory's sake and for my travel journal, I wrote down every place that I had visited last year, and it was like 21 places. I went somewhere every month, several cities in a month, except for August. I couldn't find any. I can't recall traveling in August, which is fine. And yeah, I'm exhilarated at just like, oh my God, all the different tastes and sounds and places I want to go back to. And I don't even know what it is in the end, but I love to travel. So if I find a cheap flight, it was my birthday week, I was like, hey, I'll just go to London. I've been there before. There was a flight about the same cost to Peru, which is a place I've really wanted to go. But something just told me go ahead and go to London this time. Peru has one of those 7 wonders. And I've done a little bit of research last year. I saw a really cheap flight. And you have to catch this train. And it's really pretty complicated. And I don't book a ticket and then figure it out. I try to get a little bit more clear and then book my ticket. But a place like London, I book it and I figure it out. The only time that has come to bite me in the butt was last year when I went to New Orleans. I booked the cheap ticket and all the rooms, every hotel was really high. So I had to deal with it and pay for a really expensive hotel that was just mediocre in terms of the service. And that was my favorite, Embassy Suites. And I did reach out to them and they did not respond. And I go there all the time. I've been with Embassy Suites for years and years and years. So I am Hilton Honors. They did not get back to me. But my stay there was not good at all, okay? Do not try New Orleans Embassy Suites, not for $250-something a night. The tub was backing up. Nobody came to clean, even when they cleaned. Oh, I could go on and on. So anyway, but for the most part, if I find a good cheap flight, I'll book it and then try to figure the rest out later. But you should at least make sure that you check the pricing of the hotels, because some areas and sometimes, just like London, the flight was cheap. All the hotels are at least $250 and up. And for me, I don't intend to spend that much on a hotel just because I'm just going somewhere. It's different if it's a special event or whatever, but if I'm just going and I plan to spend most of my time exploring, it's nice. I mean, I'd love to be in a very luxe hotel. I mean, it's nice, but that's going to cut out on another trip I could have taken. So I just like hotels that offer breakfast and I mean a decent breakfast, not that continental hard bagel stuff. And a breakfast and and clean. I can't deal with a dirty hotel. But if it's clean and the bed is comfortable, that's all I really need. I do want a comfortable bed, Wi-Fi, 3 stars enough for me. So yeah, so that's the 2023 plans. I'm planning to go to Spain in the summer, and the tickets leaving for the second half of June for 2 weeks. The lowest I have found is about $700. I did not book it yet. Turns out it's also on the same airline, Play, that will leave from BWI, which is for me better than Dulles. DCA is always most preferred. And the good thing about that flight is both ways I have a long layover in Iceland. And from my research, you can go to the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. I have a 10-hour layover on the way and an overnight layover coming back. And so I've researched that, and that's nice. I always like those overnight layovers when you first of all, you got a cheaper flight with the layover than direct. Secondly, you get, like, I never planned to go to Iceland. I saw some awesome pictures of the Blue Lagoon in some of my travel groups, and it caught my attention, but it wasn't like something I was, just the name alone, Iceland sounds like no thank you. I mean, I don't like cold, so I'm like, no thank you. But now I did my preliminary research, and the people have told me that I will have plenty of time to get to the Blue Lagoon. And I looked at Iceland. It's really cute. It's only a population of, I think they said 300,000. So it's like a small country with not a lot of people. But it seems, from my little bit of research, safe and clean, and so I'll go and just see what I see for a few hours. I know some other people in these other groups that have gone. So yeah, those are the plans. And I found a $30 ticket to Tampa, and it has already $30 each way. So it was going to come out to about $70 total. And now it's like $113. And I'm so upset about losing the 30 that I didn't book the cheaper one. And I may end up playing myself and it goes up higher. So I'm gonna check it, because today is Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know, because we're just back to work. I'm still confused on dates. But I'm gonna check it one more time, and I'll probably book it. Same thing for Tampa. The flights were super cheap, but the lodging is expensive. I can't find anything of a good price, and I'm going down there for a very specific reason, and I have to keep coming back. So in that case, I really want cheap. I found a nice Airbnb that I stayed in December. It was cute. I mean, when I got there, I was a little, but it turned out it was cute, nice, just what I needed it to be. I'm gonna post the video of the room. I haven't posted that yet. And it was like $50 to $60 a night, but it's not available. So even the one in Chicago that I loved so much, out of all my trips last year, I think I loved Chicago and Mexico City the best. And I loved Chicago so much that I want to go back this summer, only in the summer. So I already looked. The flights are a little under 300, like 230. But that Airbnb that I really liked, that was a walk, like 2 blocks to the beach, is booked solid. So anyway, so that's my little travel update. And I have on my Facebook page created an event to do these talks about like how to travel on the cheap and different little tricks that I've learned, or just talk travel period. So anyone who happens to see this, check out the page, which is Teresa of the World on Facebook, and you can sign up for the event. It's a little weird, so I hope no one has shown up for an event and I wasn't there. I was supposed to be there right now, but it doesn't. Facebook can be weird, so I gotta figure it out, but it's gonna be recurring, so you can come back and we can have this chat.